What's up, everyone? This is Jay from the Crypto World channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I have a lot of news to share with you guys. So, if you're someone that's wondering if the bull run is over, or are wondering about a certain cryptocurrency like Verasity, or wanting to know about a certain cryptocurrency to put your investment in, then yes, stay tuned because I will share some news that I have found online. Alright, but before I get started, I just want to say that nothing I say is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own research, okay? Alright, so let's get started with this 48 Laws of Power quote. The powerful learn early to protect their most valuable resources, independence, and room to maneuver. By paying the full price, they keep themselves free of dangerous entanglements and worries. And I find that this quote is very fitting to what's happening today with the pandemic. Um, no, we're not going back to the old ways. We are now transitioning into the new economy, which is the fourth industrial revolution. So, in my honest opinion, I think everyone should be, you know, sitting down, gearing down on their learning, basically studying what's going to come, so that way they can position themselves and basically have the financial means of maneuvering themselves, so that way they don't get stuck in some UBI or something. And yeah, you could definitely be reusing this knowledge, this resource to protect yourself, your friends, and family as well. So keep that in mind. And yeah, we are not in regular times anymore, guys. During this transition time, a lot of dangerous things can happen. But you know what? You gotta see things past the surface level here. There's a lot of things happening. All right, so let's get some geopolitical news. We have the UK regulators revealing that over 100 crypto firms are unregistered. So if you're one of those people that have their cryptos in the exchange, make sure that exchange is a registered crypto firm. Otherwise, a lot of hacking may happen. And as well as if that company goes down, your crypto's there, then you know what? I'm not sure how you're gonna have a time to like take that back. I mean, even though it's in the blockchain, it can't be destroyed. I'm thinking that you're gonna have a hard time trying to retrieve it. I've never been in that experience before where I had to retrieve my crypto that way, so I can't really help it out in that case. But just to be safe, protect your cryptos, put it in a hard wallet, and I highly suggest using Ledger because I have experience with it for the past year and I've never had any issues. And if you want a Ledger, a hard wallet to protect your assets, check out my description. I do have an affiliate link to Ledger, and if you do sign up or go through that link, not only do you get a $25 voucher, but you also get a free crypto guide on how to master crypto. You know what? I'll show you that in the very end. All right, let's move forward. Okay, so we have bit mining begins moving thousands of rigs to Kazakhstan. So China's been cracking down on their Bitcoin miners, giving out these narratives that they want renewable energy. They want their Bitcoin miners to be using not coal powered energy, but more so their solar energy or whatever renewable energy they're using. So that way, you know what, they can track these people, they can tax them for whatever they earn. It's really all about regulation, guys. They want to tax everyone. And also at the same time, underneath the surface level, they're moving their soldiers to other countries. Why? Here, well, this is what I think. They move their citizens, some of their mining citizens, to other countries. They mine Bitcoin there. Great, but you know what? What's to say? I mean, who's to say that 10 to 20 years from now, that those Bitcoin miners are not going to be like super rich? Because with the general trend happening right now with cryptocurrencies, seems that Bitcoin is poised to be like super high priced. So imagine those crypto miners from China that are loyal to China go to some other country and start mining. Now we have the US, now we have Kazakhstan. I don't know what other countries they're spreading to, but imagine they're rich, okay? Imagine them being rich and then buying out all these other people's debts. They're gonna slowly overtake a country, guys. They are destabilizing a country. And I remember from one of Robert Greene's book. outside of the 48 laws of power, there was a story that they used as an analogy, and that was between the Spartans and the Athenians. Basically, they fought a war. The Spartans won that battle. However, the Athenians won, and this is how. So in battle, yes, Spartans were superior. However, when the Spartans and the Athenians started, what do you call it, congregating, mixing their culture, that's when the Spartan culture started getting destroyed because the Spartans were all about discipline. However, the Athenians had in their culture they had entertainment and a bunch of other addiction, what do you call it, activities. So slowly and slowly, the disciplined Spartan warriors started adopting the idea of doing other things, fucking around, and basically that's how the whole Spartan Empire corroded. The Athenian culture basically destroyed their culture because you know what? It was more about comfort for them rather than always wanting to protect yourself. So that's what I see happening right now. They're just following the same warlike strategy, but a good majority of the people don't understand that because they don't really study war to a certain point. But you know what? That's going to be their own downfall for not keeping themselves aware of other possibilities. But you know what? Since you're listening to me, you have that thought inside your head now, and you get to basically be aware of it and study around it so that way you could possibly protect yourself. But remember, nothing I say is financial advice or any sort of advice. I'm just sharing my opinion. But if you do like my opinion, on top of these articles that I'm reading for you or have looked into, please do press that like button, share it as well, and also subscribe to my channel. Alright, moving forward. Here we have the digital euro promising to protect people's privacy, according to the ECB board member. Alright, so I'm not entirely sure about the whole idea of privacy because my understanding with the blockchain is that data is immutable, meaning it cannot be destroyed or tampered with. If you do try to tamper with it, you have AI monitoring the whole thing and they can detect that shit and then basically track you. So, hey, I mean, God, I don't know what the heck I was trying to say there, but I find that this narrative right here, this headline alone, is somewhat deceptive to people that are not fully aware of how the blockchain works. But um, they could be leaning towards using a private ledger where their transactions don't get tracked, but ours do. So that could be possible, when it comes to the New World Order or basically the Fed, the geckos. Anything's possible with those guys. Those guys have full control of all outcomes right now. So we're basically just watching a movie right now, guys, with the whole narratives that they're playing out right now. But I definitely do not agree with this of protecting people's privacy because with the things that is available in the new economy, like IoT devices, you're going to have appliances that are mining cryptocurrency. And how they do that is that they will be acting as an oracle, gathering real world data and putting that into the blockchain. And remember, in the new economy, data is the new asset class. So you're going to have multiple appliances mining all this asset and then, yeah, basically tracking people with that mined data. So, hey, they may themselves not be interested in our data, but you know what? The things that they're in control of, the robots, the artificial intelligence machines, maybe are interested with our data because, they need that data to basically function. But, that's just my opinion on things. Nothing in the blockchain is safe from privacy, guys. Keep that in mind. All right, so in this one, we have Cardano founder Ethereum will overtake Bitcoin. I do see that happening. Um, the way I see it, Ethereum is superior to Bitcoin because of its utility cases, as well as scalability wise. I would say it's better than Bitcoin. And also, Ethereum is having the Ethereum 2.0 upgrade, which is supposed to solve its scaling issues that it's having right now. But I think it purposely has its issues because of the fees that are involved. I mean, banks do rely on fees to profit. So if Ethereum is having this big congestion issues, it's just, hey, it's a big plus for the banks because they make that money with the transaction. That's just my opinion. And also keep a note that there are other blockchain projects out there that are fully scalable. So if they can make something like that, why can't Ethereum? They use the whole narrative of like, yeah, other projects are using their network, so it's kind of hard for them to have all these upgrades and have it go smoothly. But I think they're highly advanced enough to basically escape that issue. I think they're just messing with our heads, guys. But anyways, it is still highly scalable to compared to Bitcoin, and it is also dealing with Ameribor and Libor transactions. So there's a lot of money involved in there. Now I'm not gonna talk too much about the Ameribor and Libor because I would want you guys to explore more on that and by yourself. Where I got that idea from was from Crypto Teacher's book, his Black Messiah book, and it really changed my whole perspective with the media, along with Gregory Manarino's channel as well, because it opened my eyes to a lot of deceptions, guys, when it comes to the media and the government. Definitely look into it. And also, Bitcoin is having their Taproot upgrade, which is supposed to solve privacy, transaction fees, speed, this and that. But at the same time, you have Edward Snowden, who's basically relocated to Russia because he got hunted down. That's what I know. But anyways, he's saying that Bitcoin's Taproot upgrade is going to have issues, but we're not going to know that until later on in the year, somewhere around November or October. I think that's when it's supposed to finish. So we got to wait till then to see if it's going to be successful or not. But still, I do see Ethereum flipping Bitcoin in the future. But yeah, and that is not financial advice, guys. Please do your own research. And yeah, so far, if you like the information you've been getting, press that like button. Help the channel grow. All right, so here we have new Bank of America report saying digital currencies could boost economic growth in developing countries. I do believe that. That is why you have companies like Ripple, Stellar, Cardano, basically a lot of these big American companies um, making a big splash in developing countries like Africa. I mean, Africa is not a country, but it's a continent. But African countries are getting help from Ripple, Stellar, and Cardano, and there's a bunch of other crypto projects involved in there as well. So yes, the developing countries are going to be banked, and they have a better chance of banking themselves with cryptocurrencies than in the old legacy system where they have to go to a bank and have money and this and that, and basically they don't have time for that. Now with the new DeFi, with just their phone alone, they can be making money and they can be doing transactions online. So that is definitely good for the people because now they can, let's say, if they have a side business happening, and they don't have the necessary means or the financial means to go to the bank, basically set up a whole banking account, they can do that whole thing with just uh, crypto. So we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of growth in developing countries, guys. All right, moving forward, we have Bitcoin price bouncing to 33K, but analysts say it's too early to call a bottom. And I do believe that we are going to take another pullback, probably around mid 20,000s. Okay. Reason being is because we have that grayscale lockup period being finished around late June to early July. And I do believe that once that lockup is done, their investors are going to sell to take profits and then basically reposition themselves at a lower price. But that's just my honest opinion, guys. Please do your own research. Now let's take a look at the current situation. All right, so we're here right now. Okay, so we took that big pullback from 60K something, and now we're just consolidating around these ranges. Okay, now if you take a look at the past, now even though the past doesn't always repeat, it often rhymes. So we got to study them. So if we look at the 2017, after the pullback, it did a V-shaped recovery and started rallying back up again to newer highs towards the end of the year. 2013, it did the same thing. However, it did a little stagnation in between, and then it did its parabolic rise somewhere later on in the year. Same thing with 2011. Did a pullback, and then boom, V-shaped recovery, straight V-shaped recovery. So please do expect something like that. But however, do not expect it to be in the same pattern as these, exactly the same pattern. It's going to be something similar. So, but yeah, do expect, a bit more of a pullback. I do see them breaking that 30 grand line. But remember, that is not financial advice. All right, so let's get to the actual cryptocurrency that I want to share with you guys. Okay, let's take a look. So here we have this is a, what do you call it? The report, basically, the research. Top 15 promising projects with market cap under 100 million. And there we go. Here we have Verasity in there. Veracity's been like a hot pick for basically Q1. It was making a killing from March all the way to April. Basically, it was like number one in the list. So for this to be in the top 10 still gives me great hope. And I do know that it's still super undervalued based on the amount that the industry that's tackling. Oh my God, there's a lot more money to be made. Okay, let's move on. So here we have Valorant. So they're gonna have a tournament between July 9th and August 8th. And yes, it is under the what do you call it, VRA ecosystem because they are under Esports or ES Fight Club, which is owned by Verasity. So yeah, I mean it's Veracity's platform. So imagine all these guys are doing the tournament. You have millions of people worldwide watching, and those guys are going to earn VRA coins. Okay, just from watching. So it's definitely going to put a lot of utility into VRA, and also keep in mind that VRA or Veracity has their own NFT marketplace. So all these players that could be doing these crazy moves in their esports, they could be NFTing that moment for other players to see, or for other speculators to see. And same thing with sports too, with like NBA Top Shots, they were doing the same thing. So it's nowhere different than this one. All right, and also keep in mind that if you like Veracity, they are doing a rewards program where if you stake your Veracity into their wallet, you have, or basically three lucky winners will be selected, winning $1,000 of VRA. Okay, so you can be one of those if you're staking it. However, if you don't win, you do get to enjoy the 25.5% in staking rewards, guys. So keep that in mind. They do have a 25.5% staking reward, or APY, or APR. I'm pretty sure it's APY. All right, so let's get to some other news about Veracity. So for those of you that don't know Veracity, it's a unique project that aims to increase the ad revenue accruable to content creators when their work is uploaded on video sharing sites. This project was launched in 2019 and received a US patent for proof of view technology in February 2021. The project's proof of view blockchain alternative reduces the occurrence of fake views. And that is definitely going to save a lot of paid ads or marketers with their paid ads, because now um, they're ensured that their money is going towards actual human viewers and not robots. And that has been an ongoing issue for quite some time now. So that is definitely good news for Veracity in terms of them not only helping the marketers, but they're also providing a lot of value for the content creators as well as the spectators. So let's take a look at this one in terms of the amount of advertising revenue from Google from 2001 all the way to 2020. Now, I'm not saying all this money is going to go to Verasity, okay? It just gives you an idea of the possibility of what the market cap could be for Verasity. So if we take a look in 2001, the whole idea of paid ads wasn't really that big. The whole idea of Google or search engine wasn't that big in the beginning. So it just makes sense. But throughout the years, it started scaling and scaling even more. And in 2020, they had $146 billion worth being used in paid ads. And this is just Google alone, guys. So this doesn't account for like Facebook. Well, YouTube is owned by Google, so I can't use that. There's also Yahoo. Um, where else can they do paid ads? Oh my God, it's mainly just Facebook and Google that are like dominating. Oh well, you got Amazon as well. I guess they're their own entity. A lot of people do use Amazon search engine to look for things. So there's that. But anyways, this is just Google alone. Now let's take a look at Veracity's market cap, see where it's at. VRA, come on. Oh look, it's recovering. Damn, I'm not surprised. All right, so let's take a look. Oh, market cap is now 77 million. Now let's take a look at this. 146 billion. So imagine just 1 billion loan just trickling down into Verasity. What are the chances of that happening? Most likely that's going to happen in the near future because Verasity is saving a lot of marketers a lot of money. So imagine them investing into the Verasity blockchain. And also keep in mind, Verasity has their own blockchain, guys. So that means other projects out there or like other developers could be using their blockchain to basically boost up their app, whatever it is. So that's the beauty about investing in projects that have their own blockchain, is that you're ensured that other projects will use them as a platform to basically build their products, and that is what you should be looking for, guys. Especially if you want to look into cryptocurrency as an investment and not a what I call it, get rich quick scheme. Look for those blockchain projects that's going to cater to the new economy. And yes, I do believe that Verasity is one of those companies or one of those blockchains that will be a big disruptor into the new economy. So definitely take a look into this. All right, now let's take a look. So I did some digging on Valorant, which is one of the games or esports that Verasity is supporting. And these are their prize pools for previous tournaments. So let's take a look at this. Look at the amount of prize money involved, guys. 600,000 just for this alone. Now this is probably going to like top 1, 2, 3, and the top 10 people. So that's probably going to be split around. But you know what? If the money is that big now, imagine how big the prize pool is going to be 5 to 10 years from now. And imagine the amount of people watching them play because they're stuck at home, they're bored, they don't want to go outside because of the sea monster, or going outside is illegal because of whatever reason. But yeah, take a look at the prize money involved. Jeez, and look at these players too. Look at the amount of money that they're making just by playing games. Now, I know this is not like multi-million level compared to like let's say basketball players or soccer players, but the idea of esports is rising rapidly, especially with this pandemic. It just basically hasted the movement towards the new economy much, much faster. So I do see a lot of potential in Verasity alone, guys. So remember, nothing I say is financial advice, so please, please do your own research. But anyways, I want to show you. Actually, no, that's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you this. Okay, so I'm gonna be offering this to people starting tomorrow. And basically, this is what I found on my top 5 scalable crypto projects, or my research. So I'm gonna give you a list of them, so that way you save a lot of time in your research. Okay, so the reason why I did this is because ETH's network congestion is causing a lot of transaction fees to skyrocket just to basically do a transaction in a decentralized exchange like Uniswap. I remember those transaction fees were going from like $280 to $600 just for a transaction, and that's insane. Nobody can do that. So it's definitely not scalable. So what I did was I created a list of top 5 scalable blockchain projects for you to research that are going to be helping ETH with the congestion issues. Now, these projects have fewer transaction fees, which is a good thing, save yourself some money, faster transaction speed, save yourself some time, and of course, energy efficiencies. So, for sure, they're not going to get hit with that whole narrative with a certain project not being energy efficient, because that whole narrative is being overused and it's quite annoying. And yes, of course, this is the most important one. I am saving you hundreds of hours of your time just by you leveraging my research alone, and you get it for free. And remember, this is not financial advice, so please do your own research. And also keep in mind that the 5 that I'm going to give you is not all of them. There's more. However, I'm going to talk about them in basically my channel alone, but you're going to stay tuned for those. And yeah, my link, oh, you already have the link to my YouTube channel. You're watching it right now, but if you're looking into this, don't worry, the link is in the bottom. I'm not going to scroll down because that just reveals the list of cryptos. But anyways, that's all I have for you in this video. If you did find this very informative, please do share the video. Also, press that like button and subscribe as well. It does help the channel grow, You're going to help the brother out. I gotta grow. Anyways, that's all I have. Thank you so much for